Hi, I'm Susan Routledge and I'm here in Finishing Touch, which is my business which I've had for 25 years. And at the point of being in business for 18 years was when I decided to step out of a column and to work on the business rather than in the business. Through that, and obviously was working with a lot of salons, one of the main things I do get asked is how I did it and my thoughts around it and is it right for everyone. So I've put this video together and hopefully it'll help you decide whether it's right for you and give you a few pointers as to what you would need to do. Obviously it can be quite daunting to start with, and the thought of it is it's sort of something you've built up, and to pass it over to someone else and not to be there all the time is just so daunting to start with. And I pondered over it for a long time, and when I did do it, it ended up being a bit like someone had waved a magic wand, and it was, my life's never been better since, and because it got to the point where I was working ridiculous hours. It was affecting my home life, and it has to get to the point where your why to do it has to be really big. I speak to a lot of people who say, oh, it'd be really nice to come out of a column, but they haven't got a reason why. They just think it would be nice. It needs really where it has to get to a point where it's a must rather than a why, because otherwise you'll probably never do it. Your attitude needs to be right as well. If every time you think about coming out of a column, it just fills you with dread about that everything's going to go wrong, everything could fall apart, and you're just constantly thinking of all the things that could go wrong, you're probably not in the right frame of mind at the moment to do it. What it needs to be something that you think of, and it's a happy thing you think of, where you can see the vision of it, how you can improve things, and how your life's going to be better. And if you're not at that point, perhaps you need to do some visionary work, and it needs to come to a point where it is exciting to you. You need as well to have your business so that it's set up and systemized so that somebody else can be there and you don't have to be there all the time. I always think that a business should be saleable at any point of its lifetime, and sadly most businesses aren't, because the owner is too wrapped up in the middle, and if they stepped out, the systems aren't in place. So it does take time to have everything systemized around every area of your business. But again, that's a plan that you're putting in place, and once it's done, it's done. And I always advise people to do that whether or not they plan on carrying on with their business or stepping aside and letting that team handle it, most of it. In that, you do need to strongly educate your team. I speak so many times to a salon owner who will tell me that they can't possibly step out of that column because their clients would all walk away because they're the only ones who can do a certain facial a certain way, and it's the little things that they do for their clients. Now, to me, it should not be that a client can come in and have a lesser treatment with somebody else in your team. You do need to have your team strongly educated, and they need to be able to perform their treatments exactly the same as you do. And once you've got that in place, then it is far easier to step aside. And then it's a case of doing it. You need to have a definite plan. You need to have a definite date. If you always thinking that you'll do it next month or you'll do it 3 months down the line and you don't have a date, it's probably never going to happen. And it's not right for everyone. You need to establish if it is going to be right for you, and I handhold a lot of people through doing this. And sometimes we get a little bit down the line and then realise that the owner loves being the therapist and doesn't want to step away, and it's just because they think it's the next process to do. In which case, then it could be that you just need other people around you to help build that structure up, so that you've got people where you're just concentrating on your column and have got a team around you who are doing the things that you don't enjoy so much. So There's so many different things, and I know this has been a short video, so I hope it's been helpful, and I would love to hear your comments. You can either leave comments on the Forest blog, or you can contact me direct on susanroutledge.com, and yeah, I hope this has been helpful.